Tonight, perhaps your body is lying in bed, but your mind is already somewhere else. Maybe it has traveled into next week, next month, next year. Maybe you have been trying to solve problems that have not even arrived yet. Thinking about bills, thinking about retirement, thinking about medical appointments, thinking about your children, thinking about your grandchildren, thinking about what might happen if circumstances change, thinking about situations you cannot control, and perhaps without even realizing it, you have been carrying tomorrow long before tomorrow has come. That kind of burden is exhausting, not because you are weak, not because your faith is small, but because you were never created to carry future days on your shoulders. You were never meant to live inside worries that have not happened. Yet so many nights become filled with endless questions. What if my savings are not enough? What if my health changes? What if I become dependent on others? What if I lose the life I have worked so hard to build? What if I cannot handle what is ahead? And little by little, anxiety steals the peace that was meant to belong to this moment. Perhaps tonight you are physically tired, emotionally tired, spiritually tired. You have spent years caring for others, helping others, providing for others, being the dependable one, being the strong one, being the person everyone could lean upon. And now, when the house grows quiet and the darkness settles in, your own heart finally whispers, I do not know how much longer I can carry all of this. If that is where you are tonight, I know this. God understands what nobody else sees. He understands the hidden weight you have been carrying. He sees the silent tears, the private fears, the worries you never speak aloud. And tonight, He gently leans close to your weary heart and says, My child, tomorrow is not yours to carry. Tomorrow belongs to me. You do not have to solve next month tonight. You do not have to fix next year tonight. You do not have to prepare for every possible outcome, because the God who carried you yesterday is already standing inside tomorrow. Take a slow breath, and another. Allow your shoulders to soften. You have done enough for today. You have worried enough for today. Tonight is not for striving. Tonight is not for planning. Tonight is not for carrying burdens that have not yet arrived. Tonight is for peace. Tonight is for healing. Tonight is for rest. You are not alone tonight. God is near tonight, and before this prayer is over, you will no longer carry tomorrow by yourself. There is something deeply tiring about trying to protect yourself from every possible tomorrow. The mind begins rehearsing conversations that have not happened, preparing for losses that may never come, imagining outcomes that exist only in fearful thoughts, and before long, the heart is carrying the weight of days that have not yet been lived. Perhaps you know this feeling well. Perhaps you smile during the day. You answer questions with gentle words. You tell others that everything is fine. You continue showing up, continue doing what needs to be done. But inside, there is a quiet weariness, a weariness that comes from holding too much for too long. Maybe you worry about retirement, about savings that do not seem to stretch as far as they once did, about rising costs, unexpected expenses, decisions that feel heavier now than they did years ago. Perhaps there are concerns about your health, appointments on the calendar, reports waiting to be discussed, aches that linger longer than they used to, moments when you notice your body changing and wonder what the future may hold. Or perhaps your heart carries another kind of pain, the pain of missing someone whose absence still feels impossible to understand, someone whose voice you wish you could hear one more time. Someone who once shared your evenings, your laughter, your ordinary days, and now the quiet feels different, the room feels different, life feels different. God understands all of this. He understands sleepless nights. He understands silent suffering. He understands what it feels like to carry responsibilities that nobody else notices. He sees the brave face, the tired smile, the moments when you whisper, Lord, I am trying, but I am exhausted. And He is not disappointed in your weariness. He is compassionate toward it, tender toward it, loving toward it. Scripture tells us, Come unto me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Not more pressure, not more striving, not more responsibility. Rest, beautiful rest, holy rest, The kind of rest that reminds your heart that it does not have to hold everything together, because God is already holding you together, and He is already holding tomorrow. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, close to the anxious, close to the lonely, close to the one who feels forgotten, close to the one lying awake tonight, wondering how much longer they can keep carrying so much. Take a slow breath. Allow yourself to stop pretending that you are not tired. You do not have to be strong every moment. You do not have to have every answer. You do not have to know exactly what lies ahead. God understands what nobody else sees. God sees every hidden tear, and tonight, He invites you to simply rest beside Him. You are not alone tonight. God is near tonight, and He will remain with you, gently teaching your heart that you no longer have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. There are burdens that become so familiar that we hardly notice we are carrying them anymore. They settle quietly into our hearts. They travel with us through the day, and when the night finally becomes still, they begin to speak. Perhaps one burden sounds like this: what if my health changes? What if I lose my independence? What if I become a burden to those I love? Perhaps another burden whispers, what if there is not enough savings, enough strength, enough energy, enough time? Or perhaps your heart worries about people you care about deeply. Children making difficult choices, grandchildren growing up in a world that feels uncertain, family members who seem distant, loved ones you wish you could protect from pain, and because you care so deeply, you carry their worries as if they were your own. But carrying tomorrow has a way of stealing today. It borrows sorrow from days that have not yet arrived. It asks your heart to suffer twice, once for what is happening now, and again for what may never happen. No wonder you feel tired. No wonder your thoughts feel heavy. No wonder sleep sometimes feels far away. You have been trying to carry seasons that do not belong to you yet. Perhaps there are fears you have never spoken aloud. Fear of growing older. Fear of facing illness alone. Fear of needing help after spending most of your life helping others. Fear of losing what feels familiar. Fear of unfinished dreams. Fear of regrets. Fear of not knowing what comes next. And perhaps underneath all those fears is a longing to simply exhale, to stop striving, to stop preparing for every possible outcome, to stop believing that if you think hard enough, worry long enough, or plan carefully enough, you can somehow prevent pain from ever touching your life. But God never asked you to carry future pain today. He never asked you to hold tomorrow in your own hands. He only asked you to trust Him one day at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. What burden have you carried for years? What future have you rehearsed 1,000 times? What fear keeps visiting your heart after the lights go out? You do not have to answer those questions right now. Simply notice them. Notice what feels heavy. Notice what has exhausted your soul. And imagine, just for a moment, setting those burdens down. Not forever if that feels difficult. Just for tonight. Just for these quiet moments. Allow yourself to imagine placing each fear gently into God's hands. The fear about your health, the fear about finances, the fear about family, the fear about aging, the fear about being alone. On everyone, slowly, tenderly, without pressure, because God is strong enough to hold what feels too heavy for you. He is faithful enough to carry what you cannot, and loving enough to receive every burden without ever growing weary. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders soften. You have carried enough for today. You do not need to carry tomorrow tonight. Tomorrow belongs to God. And tonight, your heart is invited to rest. As your breathing becomes a little slower, perhaps your heart is beginning to remember something it has always known. Even in the middle of fear, God has never failed to meet you in difficult seasons. He has walked beside you through days you once believed you could never survive, through losses that left you breathless, through disappointments that changed the course of your life, through prayers that seemed unanswered, through nights that felt impossibly long, and somehow, through His grace, you are still here, still breathing, still hoping, still healed. Perhaps tonight your mind is filled with questions about tomorrow, but God gently answers those questions with promises. Not promises that life will never be difficult, not promises that uncertainty will disappear, but promises that you will never face tomorrow alone. Jesus once said, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." What a tender invitation that is. An invitation to stop borrowing burdens from days that have not arrived. An invitation to return to this moment, to this breath, to this quiet night, to this place where God is already present. Scripture also reminds us, "Cast your burden upon the Lord, and He will sustain you." Not carry it for a little while, not hold it only when you are strong, but sustain you, support you, strengthen you, remain with you, even when you feel tired, even when faith feels small, even when anxiety keeps returning. And perhaps tonight, you need to hear these words very gently. "Fear not, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand." God is not asking you to become stronger before you come to Him. He is simply asking you to come with your worries, your questions, your grief, your exhaustion, your uncertainty, to come exactly as you are. And perhaps one of the most comforting truths for tonight is this: while you struggle to sleep, God never sleeps. While your mind wonders what tomorrow might bring, God is already there. He already stands inside the future that frightens you. He already sees the answers you cannot yet see. He already knows the provision that has not yet arrived. He already knows the strength that will be given when you need it. He already knows the mercy waiting for you in the morning, because His mercies are new every day, not borrowed from yesterday, not stored up from last year. New, fresh, enough for this moment, enough for tomorrow, enough for whatever lies ahead. Take a slow breath and allow these promises to settle softly over your heart. You do not have to predict every outcome. You do not have to solve every problem. You do not have to prepare for every possibility. God has carried you before. God is carrying you now, and God will carry you tomorrow. You are not alone tonight. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. And tonight, perhaps for the first time in a long while, your heart can begin to believe that it is safe to let go, safe to trust, safe to rest, because tomorrow already belongs to God, and tonight belongs to peace. Lord, tonight I come before you with a heart that feels tired, a mind that has been running ahead into days that have not yet arrived, thoughts that have wandered into places filled with uncertainty, questions without answers, fears without solutions, concerns that seem to return night after night. You know them all. You know the worries I carry about finances, the concern over rising costs, the fear that what I have may not be enough. You know the thoughts that whisper, "What if something unexpected happens? What if I cannot handle what is coming? What if tomorrow is harder than today?" And Lord, you know how often I try to prepare for every possibility, how often I rehearse difficult conversations, imagine painful outcomes, create scenarios in my mind that may never happen, as if worrying enough could somehow protect me from suffering. But tonight, I confess that I am weary. Weary from trying to control what I cannot control. Weary from trying to carry responsibilities that were never mine to carry. Weary from trying to hold tomorrow in my own hands. And so tonight, Lord, I surrender every imagined disaster. I surrender every fearful scenario. I surrender every sleepless thought. I surrender every burden that anxiety has placed upon my heart. I surrender the need to know exactly how everything will work out. I surrender the pressure I place upon myself, the belief that I must always have the answers, the belief that I must always be prepared, the belief that I must somehow fix what only you can hold. Teach me to trust you. Teach me to believe that you are already present inside every tomorrow. Teach me to rest in the truth that nothing surprises you, nothing catches you unprepared, nothing escapes your loving care. Lord, calm my breathing, quiet my racing thoughts, slow my anxious mind, bring stillness into places that have felt restless for so long. Let your peace settle gently over me, like a warm blanket covering a weary soul, like soft rain falling upon dry ground, like a loving hand resting upon a tired heart. Remind me that you are carrying what I cannot. You are holding what I fear. You are protecting what I love. You are guiding what I cannot see. And because you are faithful, I do not need to fear tomorrow, because you are present. I do not need to live in future worries, because you are good. I do not need to prepare for every possible sorrow. Lord, tonight, I choose to release control. I choose to release fear. I choose to release the burden of responsibility that has weighed heavily upon me. I choose to place tomorrow back into your hands. For tomorrow belongs to you, not to anxiety, not to uncertainty, not to fear. Tomorrow belongs to you. Take a slow breath. Allow your shoulders to relax. You have done enough for today. You have worried enough for today. You have carried enough for today. Rest now. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. God is near tonight, and little by little, your heart can begin to loosen its grip, because you do not have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. Tonight is for peace. Tonight is for healing. Tonight is for rest. There are moments when tomorrow feels heavier because tonight feels lonely. The quiet can be difficult, especially after years of sharing life with someone else. After years of hearing another voice in the house, another set of footsteps, another person saying goodnight. Perhaps there was a time when evenings felt different, a familiar routine, a favorite chair, a conversation before bed, a gentle laugh, a simple presence that made the room feel warm and full. And now the silence feels larger than it once did. The spaces feel emptier. The nights feel longer. Perhaps you miss a spouse, a dear friend, a parent, someone whose absence still catches you by surprise, someone whose memory still lives deeply inside your heart. And perhaps some nights you wonder if anyone truly understands what it feels like to carry grief while also carrying tomorrow. But God understands. He understands the ache of empty rooms. He understands the loneliness that visits after sunset. He understands what it feels like when memories arrive unexpectedly. A photograph, a familiar scent, a holiday tradition, a favorite meal. And suddenly, your heart feels tender again. God understands what nobody else sees. He notices the tears that remain hidden, the sighs that escape quietly, the prayers spoken in whispers, the longing to simply feel close to someone again. And tonight, He wants you to know that you are not abandoned, not forgotten, not overlooked, not left behind. Even if the house is quiet, even if the phone has not rung, even if relationships have changed, even if you feel unseen by others, God remains faithful, present, near. He sits beside every lonely heart tonight. He fills empty spaces with His presence. He brings comfort into rooms touched by grief. He stays when others leave. He remains when life changes. He watches over His children with tenderness. Imagine for a moment a small lamp glowing softly in a quiet room, a warm blanket resting over your shoulders, gentle rain outside the window, stillness, safety, peace, and beside you, not in judgment, not in disappointment, but in love, God remains near, watching over you, protecting you, listening to every unspoken thought, holding every hidden sorrow. Lord, sit beside me tonight. Stay near me. Fill this room with your peace. Comfort the places inside me that still ache. Remind me that I am deeply loved. Remind me that I still matter. Remind me that my story is not over. And even though life looks different than it once did, your love has not changed. You still know my name. You still see my heart. You still care about every fear, every memory, every longing. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders soften. Allow yourself to feel safe. You are not alone tonight. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. God is watching over you while you sleep. And tonight, perhaps your heart can rest knowing that even in lonely places, you are deeply held in His loving care. Tonight is for peace. Tonight is for healing. Tonight is for rest. Lord, you know every place within me that feels weary tonight. You know the tiredness that sleep alone cannot heal. You know the heaviness that settles deep inside the heart. You know the stress I have carried for months, perhaps for years. You know the worries that have become so familiar that I hardly notice how much they have drained me. You know the sadness I do not always speak about, the disappointments I keep hidden, the grief that still visits unexpectedly. the fears I try to push aside during the day, only to find them waiting for me in the quiet of the night. And Lord, you know my body. You know every ache, every weakness, every place where strength feels diminished, every concern that arises before an appointment, every anxious thought while waiting for answers, every moment when uncertainty feels overwhelming. Yet you are the God who heals broken hearts, the God who binds up wounds that others cannot see, the God who restores weary souls, the God who brings peace into places that have known fear for far too long. So tonight, I ask you for healing, healing for the anxious mind, healing for the exhausted spirit, healing for the heart that has been carrying too much, healing for the places inside me that still feel wounded. Heal the stress that has lived in my body. Heal the tension I hold in my shoulders. Heal the restless thoughts that keep returning. Heal the sadness that feels difficult to release. Heal the disappointments that still linger. Heal the grief that has made certain nights feel heavier than others. Lord, restore what anxiety has stolen. Restore joy. Restore hope. Restore confidence. Restore the ability to look toward tomorrow without fear. Not because I know exactly what tomorrow holds, but because I know who holds tomorrow. Renew my strength. Renew my courage. Renew my faith. Help me trust that even when healing feels slow, you are still at work. Even when progress is difficult to see, you are still present. Even when answers do not come immediately, you remain faithful. Your timing is gentle. Your love is patient. Your mercy is endless. And you never stop caring for your children. Scripture reminds us, I will restore health unto you. And he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Tonight, Lord, I receive that promise, not with pressure, not with striving, but with quiet trust. I receive your comfort. I receive your presence. I receive your peace. And I allow myself to believe that healing can begin even now. Perhaps not all at once, perhaps not in ways I expect, but little by little, breath by breath, moment by moment. Peace can replace fear. Hope can replace discouragement. Trust can replace anxiety. Take a slow breath. Feel your body relaxing. Feel your heart becoming lighter. Feel your thoughts becoming quieter. You do not have to hold yourself together tonight. God is holding you. He sees every hidden tear. He understands what nobody else sees. He is near tonight, and he is gently restoring the parts of you that have grown tired from carrying tomorrow before it arrives. Rest now. You are safe. You are loved. You are held in his care. And tonight, healing is quietly making its way into your heart. And perhaps now, after carrying so much for so long, your heart is ready for something it may not have experienced in a very long time. Release. Not because everything has been resolved, not because every prayer has already been answered, not because every uncertainty has disappeared, but because you were never meant to hold every burden forever. There comes a moment when tired hearts need permission to stop striving, permission to stop preparing for every possible difficulty, permission to stop rehearsing tomorrow, permission to simply rest. And tonight, God lovingly gives you that permission. You do not have to keep carrying what is too heavy for you. You do not have to continue holding fears that belong in his hands. So for these next few moments, imagine your burdens before you. Do not rush. There is no pressure. Simply notice what has weighed upon your soul. Perhaps it is concern about your health. Perhaps it is financial uncertainty. Perhaps it is loneliness. Perhaps it is grief. Perhaps it is regret. Perhaps it is fear of growing older, fear of becoming dependent, fear of losing control, fear of not knowing what comes next. Now imagine bringing each burden to Jesus, one at a time, slowly, tenderly, without shame, without apology, without needing to explain why it feels heavy, because he already understands. He already knows. Place your health into his hands. Place your finances into his hands. Place your family into his hands. Place your children there, your grandchildren there. Place your unanswered questions there. Place your disappointments there. Place your memories there. Place your tears there. Place your fears there. And if there is something you have carried for years, something you have never fully released, you can place that there too. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too complicated. Nothing is too painful. Nothing is beyond His compassion. And as you release each burden, whisper softly, Lord, I release what I cannot change. I release what I cannot predict. I release what I cannot control. I release what I was never meant to carry alone. Tomorrow belongs to you. Take a slow breath, and another. Feel your hands unclenching. Feel your shoulders becoming lighter. Feel the tension easing little by little. Because surrender is not giving up. Surrender is trusting. Trusting that God is faithful enough to carry what you cannot, strong enough to hold what overwhelms you, loving enough to care for every detail of your life. You do not have to know how everything will unfold. You do not have to solve every problem tonight. You do not have to protect yourself from every future possibility. God is already there, already waiting in tomorrow, already preparing mercy for the morning, already holding what frightens you, already making a way where you cannot yet see one. God has carried you before. God is carrying you now, and God will carry you again. Take a slow breath. Allow silence to settle around you. Allow peace to enter places that have been filled with worry. Allow your heart to rest. You are not alone tonight. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. And tonight, you no longer have to carry tomorrow before it arrives. You can let it go. You can trust. You can rest. Because tomorrow belongs to God, and tonight belongs to peace. And now, there is nothing left for you to do tonight. Nothing left to solve. Nothing left to organize. Nothing left to prepare. For this moment, you can simply rest. You can simply breathe. You can simply allow yourself to be cared for. Take a slow breath. Feel the air entering gently and slowly leaving again. Allow your body to settle into the bed beneath you. Allow your hands to become still. Allow your thoughts to drift farther away. You have carried enough for today. You have worried enough for today. You have planned enough for today. Now it is time to rest. And as your heart grows quieter, let these gentle truths settle softly within you. I am safe tonight. God is watching over me. I do not have to carry tomorrow. God is already there. I do not have to predict what has not happened. I do not have to solve what has not arrived. I do not have to live inside future fears. I can remain here, in this moment, in this breath, in this quiet night. I am loved, deeply loved, completely loved, even in seasons of uncertainty, even in seasons of loss, even in seasons when I feel tired. God has not forgotten me. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. God remains near tonight. My future is secure in His hands. My fears are not greater than His faithfulness. My worries are not stronger than His love. Tomorrow belongs to God. And because tomorrow belongs to God, I can release it tonight. I can stop striving. I can stop rehearsing fearful scenarios. I can stop carrying responsibilities that were never meant to be mine. I can trust. I can rest. I can sleep. Take another slow breath. Feel your shoulders relaxing. Feel your jaw softening. Feel your heartbeat becoming calmer. You are protected. You are held. You are cared for. God remains awake while you sleep. God watches over your home. God watches over your family. God watches over the people you love. God watches over the future you cannot yet see. Nothing catches Him by surprise. Nothing overwhelms Him. Nothing is too difficult for Him, even now. His peace is settling over your heart, like a warm blanket on a cool night. Like gentle rain falling softly outside a window, like a loving voice whispering, "You are safe. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not carrying tomorrow anymore. God is carrying it for you, and because He is carrying it, your heart can become lighter, your mind can become quieter, your breathing can become slower, your soul can begin to rest." Take one more slow breath, and simply receive this peace, receive this comfort, receive this stillness. Tonight is for healing. Tonight is for trust. Tonight is for surrender. Tonight is for sleep. You are not alone tonight. God is near tonight, and little by little, peace is finding its way into every tired place within you. Rest now. Tomorrow belongs to God, and you are safely held in His loving care. And now, as this quiet night gently settles around you, there is nothing more you need to carry, Nothing more you need to prepare for, nothing more you need to fix. Tomorrow can wait. Tomorrow belongs to God, and tonight belongs to rest. Perhaps you have spent many years being the one who carried everything, the one who solved problems, the one who stayed strong, the one who worried for everyone else, the one who made sure everyone was okay. And maybe you have done that for so long that you no longer know how to put the burden down. But tonight, you are being invited into something different. You are being invited into peace, not because every question has been answered, not because every uncertainty has disappeared, but because the God who carried you through yesterday is still carrying you tonight, and He will carry you tomorrow. He has already walked with you through difficult seasons, through losses you never imagined, through disappointments that wounded your heart, through financial struggles, through health concerns, through lonely nights, through moments when you wondered if you had enough strength to keep going. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still trusting, still held in His faithful hands. Take a slow breath. Allow your mind to become quiet. Allow your body to rest. Allow your soul to remember that you do not have to be responsible for tomorrow tonight. You only have to rest. You only have to breathe. You only have to trust, because God is already standing inside every moment that frightens you. He is already present in every day you cannot yet see. He is already preparing grace for circumstances you have not yet faced. He is already providing strength for challenges that may come, and He is already holding every answer that remains hidden tonight. You do not have to solve tomorrow. God is already there. You do not have to predict tomorrow. God already knows. You do not have to carry tomorrow. God is already carrying it. So let your heart become lighter. Let your thoughts become softer. Let your fears become quieter. Let your breathing become slower. Rest in the truth that God never sleeps. While your eyes close, He remains awake. While your body rests, He remains watchful. While your heart surrenders, He remains faithful. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. God notices silent suffering. God remains present in lonely rooms. God has not forgotten you. He never will. And if you are still awake right now, hear this gentle reminder. You are deeply loved. You are precious to Him. You are not abandoned. You are not facing tomorrow by yourself. God has already gone before you. He is standing in every place that worries you. He is waiting in every tomorrow that frightens you. And because He is there, you can finally rest. Take one last slow breath. Feel your shoulders relax completely. Feel the tension leaving your body. Feel peace settling over your mind. May your heart become lighter. May your thoughts become quieter. May your body find comfort. May your soul know safety. May your fears become smaller. May your trust become deeper. And may the God who holds tomorrow hold you gently through this night. Sleep peacefully. Rest deeply. You are safe. You are loved. You are not alone tonight. Tomorrow belongs to God, and He will remain beside you until morning. Amen.